Hello, English 9 students. Welcome to your weekly video agenda. Woohoo! I want to talk a little bit about polishing up this week, and when I say this week, I mean the week of the 12th through the 16th, because I am recording here on this Friday. And I want to talk to you about next week, which is the 19th through the 23rd, so depending on when you're watching this. Let's talk about yesterday, so the 15th. Okay, so depending on when you're watching this, I'm talking about the 15th. So your job was to go through, and we actually had 2 lessons, and I know that's super intense. And it's on what I would consider a pretty challenging piece of text. It's called What to the Slave is the 4th of July. And you can kind of gather a little bit about what that might be, what that might be about, and it's a really passionate and powerful speech. And I want you to go through it. Now, remember, it is challenging, but I did do a read aloud of the speech that I think you'll find really, really helpful. And in there, I also give you some kind of clues like, hey, he's addressing the other side here, or give you kind of a few insights into what this speech is meaning and saying, but I didn't do a whole lot of it, right? But the lesson will do all the rest of that for you. We'll help you with that. We'll help you think about it. We'll help you understand it, navigate it, etc. And the reason I'm talking about that is you do need to go through both of these from beginning to end. Don't skip parts, okay? Don't spend 2 seconds on parts. Go through every single part of the lesson, and the reason you're going to definitely want to do that is here on Tuesday the 20th. On Tuesday the 20th, you have a quiz on the content from 111 and 112. What to the Slave is the 4th of July. Okay, so it's going to be a quiz on the rhetoric, purposes, and devices. It's going to cover a lot of content from even earlier lessons. So make sure that you have gone through and you are going through all parts of every lesson. Okay, I know I've said this before, and I know that a lot of us are doing what we need to do here, but on some of these lessons that don't have a direct assignment attached, please do not skip them. Okay, do not skip them. They're there for a reason. They're going to give you information that you're going to be tested on later, okay, or that you're going to have to apply to an assignment the next day. Okay, so I'm still getting a lot of questions on, I don't understand this, and when I go and look at your page, which I'm not sure that we can do as teachers, but I can go in and look and I can see how much time you're spending on given lessons, okay? And so I can go back and look and say, hey, you didn't cover this lesson at all, or you only spent 20 seconds on it. That's where you need to start, okay? So that was just my little lecture, because I always seem to have to give you one on a Friday for some reason, right? What's a Friday without a lecture? Super fun. But do make sure that you are going through all parts of those lessons so that you are ready for this quiz. These quizzes are tough. They are tough, tough, tough. So that's my little helpful tip here, okay? I want to jump back again to the 12th here. This 1.08 quiz was on parallel structure. It was tough. We went through that in the required CC session. So here's the deal, okay? If you haven't taken the quiz, you need to do so, but I would recommend you watch the CC session first. If you've taken the quiz and you did not do well, take the quiz again, okay? You do have a second chance on that quiz. Make sure you watch the CC session first. Make sure you go through the lesson first, but you can take the quiz again. So if you did not do well and you don't like your score, try again, please, okay? So moving forward into next week, which is the whole purpose of everything, what's coming up? So not only do you have a quiz on Tuesday, but you have a really big kind of unit, summative assignment that's going to happen next week. So 113 is to write an evaluation of an argument. This is kind of like everything you learned in this whole unit, all of these last 3 to 4 weeks, wrapped up into one assignment. Super overwhelming, I know. So I want to talk a little bit about how you're going to go about completing this assignment. You're going to get a lesson introduction here where they're going to talk a little bit about how do you evaluate an argument fully, what you're going to do in the assignment. And then down here there's a model, an example of someone else's evaluation of an argument. But I would like you to use this SMEL document. Okay, and I explain a little bit more here on the assignment page. So let's look at it together. What I want you to do is actually just simply fill in the graphic organizer. To complete a real full argument analysis, it would actually be more like a 5-paragraph essay. I'm not asking that of you. Sort of, okay, and let me explain why. So when you open up the document, and just give me a second to get this open. Come on. I need this little blurb to go away on my computer screen and then it will start to open. But you're going to get a document here, and then there's quite a few directions on it that I want to talk through with you, okay, to make sure you understand. So your assignment is going to be to write a complete argument evaluation on one of the 2 speeches we read in class here together. So that's either Patrick Henry's Give Me Liberty or Give Me Death, or Frederick Douglass's address, What to the Slave is the 4th of July. So you read both of them, and now you're going to write a complete argument analysis on one of them. Okay, to be successful, what do you need to do? You need to include at least 5 complete sentences in every single one of these boxes, okay? It should be in paragraph form. So there's some helpful and guiding questions over here. I am not looking for bullet points. Please do not just simply answer the questions here. I am looking for a paragraph in each and every box, okay? For several of these boxes, if not every single box, I want you to use an example from the text. Quote the text, okay? But you definitely must quote the text here in the ethos, pathos, and logos, and you definitely must quote the text here in the logical fallacies section, okay? These are 2 things you do need to do. Okay, so please let me know if you have any questions on that. So if you were, and there's a helpful video in here too that I want to show you that will help explain things to you, but you need to write a full and complete paragraph in every single box. Okay, that's my little spiel. Okay, so coming back to the lesson itself, right here, this SMEL 113 assignment, this is a video that I want you to watch before you begin the assignment. Within this video, I'm going to explain to you all parts of that document that you just saw, how to fill out each and every section, and how to complete the argument analysis. Okay, so this video will be very, very helpful to you. Do make sure that you go through and watch that first. Okay, so that is going to be a big deal assignment. I just want to make sure that you all feel very comfortable with that. So we're going to head back to the plan tab and take a look at kind of the due dates then. So you're going to start the assignment here on the 21st on Wednesday. I want you to watch that video on Wednesday so you know how to complete the assignment. Probably you're going to want to go back and reread whichever speech you choose to analyze, and then begin working on that graphic organizer you just saw. Okay, the due date is actually going to be at the end of the day on Thursday. So no new lesson on Thursday. It's just time for you to draft that document and work through that assignment and get that turned in. Okay. Now Friday, we're going to actually start to switch gears a little bit. We're still looking at arguments. We're still looking at speeches, but now you're going to go and start writing your own argumentative speech. Okay. I know some of you are thinking speech. Oh my gosh, that's kind of scary. But I want to reassure you that you will find that it's a little bit different than delivering a speech to a whole class of students. You're not going to have to do that here. So try not to worry too much about that. But on Friday, you're going to just begin to look at it. They're going to talk you through in the lesson kind of what you're going to be doing, what kind of speech you're going to be writing, what elements you need to include, and then there is an assignment attached, and it's going to be where you start to brainstorm what you are going to write about in your speech, okay? And then the following week, we'll really start looking at how you're going to write it. Our CC session will be really helpful in that too, so make sure you attend that, but that is not depending on when you're watching that this week, that'll happen the following week, okay? So no school on Monday means no CC session on Monday, so no worries about that. We'll actually not have a required CC session next week, but we will still have our help session on Wednesday. So this will be help with the poem or the speech, What to the Slave is the 4th of July, or help on your 113 assignment, help in understanding either of the speeches, help on writing an analysis in that Smell graphic organizer, help with anything. Okay, so that's not required, it's optional. If you have any questions, come on over to that help CC session 10 a.m. on Wednesday. Okay, please let me know if you have any questions this week or what's going on this week. And then for your extra credit this week, I would like you to send me an email that explains what the 113 assignment is. What is this assignment and how are you going to go about completing it? Okay, so send me an email with that information for extra credit points. Again, email me with any questions or concerns, and take care, everyone.